Hello my fellow cats, Koku Cat here. In this video, I will be showing you 10 unorthodox uses for bees. But if you are playing in survival mode and do not currently have bees, please check out this 2-minute video to learn how to obtain bees. The first use we have for bees is extremely efficient pollinated farming. Now for this, we obviously need bees. It is in the title of the video. And a bee should want to pollinate a flower because they like pollinating and eating the nectar. And they should eventually want to bring the nectar back to their hives once they've done their collecting. And while they're doing so, they'll drop nectar across the field, see, accelerating growth like they would bone meal. And they'll definitely fly back to their hives at night. You can see this guy just loves pollinating the crops. And pollination, by the way, speeds up growth. So eventually, after a little bit of waiting, the bees will want to come out. See, this bee comes out of his hive, and then you should want to go back to the flower, or at least search for a flower. Come on, you can do it. He'll get the pollen from the flower, and then go back once he's collected enough pollen, increasing the crops. And eventually, now notice that this here is an 8x8 space with water streams running down the side, and a little piece of ice with a hopper collector next to a large chest right here, placing the items in, with an observer here, running redstone along this line. And within these are water buckets in each dispenser. So therefore, once all your crops are all pollinated and grown up, you can harvest them. Yeah? I'm pretty sure you like the sound of this. Then they all go to the hopper, and they will all be placed into your chest. Once they're done unloading. So then you can just turn this system off and replant your crops, and your bees will do it all over again. Here's the next use. Activating redstone similar to a daylight sensor. Bees will actually be willing to crawl through a hamster tube, like a hamster, in order to reach their hive at night. Now you see, I have their hive blocked off through every other path except for this place with a little dead end over here. And a little tripwire hook. So, if I were to spawn a bee, he would want to go to his hive, right? So he's actually willing to fly through this little tube like a hamster, activating tripwire hooks and pressure plates as he goes. And he's smart, so he's not fooled by a dead end, and he'll go straight into his hive. And the hive can also house up to 3 bees, so this trick will work for any 3 bees that are willing to go into their hive at night. And bees are scared of the dark, so they like getting home as soon as possible. This next use for bees will only work on Bedrock Edition, and its weaponization, not for the faint of heart. This idea actually came from the YouTuber Mickeyjimbo. There's a link to his video here, and in the description. So this is Mickeyjimbo's weaponized bee trap. Now obviously, this room contains tons of bees. And within this room, but a single beehive. So, if you want to severely injure or damage your friend, for I don't know the reason, then just have them come into a room like this and push this button. You heard the sound. TNT. So then you'll be stung by a ton of angry bees until you die. Ta-da! It's a really good trap. Now, I'll show you how this works so you can build it. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, the bees, ma'am. pass after stinging you. So you want a blast chamber like this. Yeah, sorry, bee. Excuse me. Sorry, bee. We have the pressure plate. Oh, not the pressure plate. The button. Sorry. Button over here, linked up to this over here with a redstone torch, powering, I'm very sorry, bee, this block right here, and a redstone torch and a TNT, and then this block and a hive, and then you just cover this part up. I did warn you that this trap wasn't for the faint of heart, because it may lead to some bee deaths, and if you like these cute and cuddly creatures, you may not want to use this method at all. On a less morbid note, here we have the fourth use, auto honey collection. There's actually a way to harvest honey other than, you know, putting a campfire under it and then taking it. So we have this simple system here. I said simple, but it is actually simple. If you just take a quick look. Here, we just have a little item filter. This looks like it doesn't take too long to build. Here, we have 4 signs and a honey bottle. That's important. And another honey bottle on this dropper below. And a chest to which are honey filters. So here, in this dispenser, we have a bunch of bottles here. And this comparator measures the level of honey. This looks at the honey. It scans the inside of the hive and sees its honey. So once it has 5 honey levels, this will turn orange for a half second. And the 5 levels translate to redstone ticks, because this thing's scanning it, and goes to this comparator, which turns this thing on, and creates a honey bottle in this space right here. So then this honey goes through the item filter to make sure these things don't. And it'll go straight to the chest, where you can take your honey and sip it. Honey tastes good, doesn't it? Now for the next use. Up we go. This use is probably one of my favorites. The super secure base security with bees. This hive is filled with honey. If you're on Bedrock Edition, combine this with use number 3 for even better security, although it might be a bit morbid security. And this is really great, especially in survival mode. 1, because you take damage on magma blocks, and because sweet berry bushes damage you when you move. Ow. A person will take a decent amount of damage before arriving at your base. Get rid of this. And this is great for a few reasons. 1, bees can pollinate sweet berry bushes, boosting growth. So bees, over here, go to these flowers to pick up pollen and then pollinate, like they did for use number 1 with the wheat. And unlike other players, bees aren't hurt by the sweet berry bushes, so they won't take damage when they move. And finally, bees aren't damaged by magma because they can fly. That's pretty obvious. Oh, and also, if you have 4 beehives under your house, just place this here. Free honey! Yay! And the even more challenging part is getting out. Unless, of course, shh, don't tell other players you can do this, but you can actually destroy these, replant them, and then squat or sneak, like this, to avoid taking damage from these. Ow. This trick is especially effective on new players, since a lot of new players return to Minecraft once the Village and Pillage came, because now they're not playing Fortnite anymore. Still have a grudge on those people. Never mind. Next is number 6, the Forced Hive Evacuator. These bees hate me with every fiber of their being. Do you want to know why that is? Because I constantly set their hive on fire. I didn't know if you caught that, but pressing this button forces all the bees to evacuate their hive immediately. This is great, so then you can leash the bees and take them wherever you want, and you can kick them out of their hive. And that's why they hate me, because this machine kicks them out of their hive. Anyway, here we have flint or steel and a fire charge. Either will work. Next we have 2 ticks. These will need to be the exact tick measures. Not this. This. And an observer here to detect when it changes. And over here a bucket of water. And this says 1, which activates it once, and 1, which activates it another. So then you can kick your bees out of their hive whenever you want. For our next use, we have number 7, transportation via item stream. This is a beehive, isn't it? Of course it is. Here we have a Silk Touch pickaxe, an iron pickaxe, with the enchantment known as Silk Touch. And we can actually place 3 bees into this hive. We'll set the time to night so that way they'll want to return to their hive. And if we use this iron pickaxe, we can literally pick up their hive and transport it. And I've taken a more creative approach to the way of transportation rather than walking around transport because that's boring. We can actually send them into this item stream. Here, I'll show you how. This actually sent it down an item stream. I'll show you. This system actually sends a ton of items down an item stream through this downward flowing water all the way into this chest with a hopper right here. By the way, this won't work with water source blocks. You'll have to use only water blocks. And water can carry on for 8 blocks before it runs out. And now I'll show you how to build this thing, which puts out all of this. Oh, and remember our beehive from earlier? Right here. Successfully moved with bee transportation. Here's how to build the item chute, that thing, just down here. So you want a comparator, which, like it did for the beehive's honey, it scans this chest for items. So this sends a signal to this redstone repeater. You want it set for 4 ticks. Straight to this block, this powered block, activating this piston, activating these 2 observers, turning on this dropper down here, which sends the item into the stream. You want to have these parts covered so that way the items can't escape, because who likes escaping? And you'll want this redstone torch, which turns this hopper off so the items don't leave the chest unless this comparator detects something. It's a very functioning system. It's a tiny bit bulky. You may want to get a view of the whole thing so you know how to build it correctly. Hope I'm not wasting your time. Okay. Oh boy, number 8. Kill the ender dragon with bees. You heard me right. I plan, well, maybe to kill the ender dragon with bees. I think I'm actually too much of a coward to actually kill the ender dragon with bees, but you see I have a ender chest full of beehives that are filled with bees. And another pickaxe. I'm pretty sure this isn't enough stuff to kill the ender dragon with bees. But if the ender dragon hits a bee, all of the bees will be mad, right? So we just get the ender dragon because the ender dragon isn't very smart to hit a bee. We have our ender chest here for perfect bee transportation. This is probably going to blow up miserably in my face. Swiftness, bow. I like how this is turning into more of a let's play. Anyway, we have Missy Ender Dragon right here. Yeah, we hear the Ender Dragon. Yay! This is probably going to fail. Yeah, this is definitely going to fail. So, we just have... Oh, yes. if we set this on fire, then the bees will come out. Sorry, bee. Sorry. So then we just get the bees mad at the Ender Dragon. That didn't work in the slightest, did it? Well, I'm just going to pretend that doesn't exist and move on to number 9, the redstone clock, because I'm lazy. So this is an extremely long redstone clock that lasts 20 minutes. In other words, with bees, it emits 1 to 3 redstone outputs each night, depending on the number of bees. So we know, based on number 2 over there, that bees like going to their hives at night because they're afraid of the dark. So we have a beehive over here and a pressure plate, which activates this piston and pushes a block up over here. Because during the day, this won't be active, but during the night, it will be active. So then this block will be powered, activating this piston, or whatever redstone output you want, whenever this block is pushed up by a bee going in. See? Redstone output. And this could be each night, so it's an extremely good redstone clock. I'd like to see you make a better redstone clock than that, Mumbo Jumbo. Please don't kill me, Mumbo Jumbo fans. I'm a diehard fan of Mumbo Jumbo, and I really like his videos. No hostility or hate there at all. So, next, this is your friend's house. Number 10, pranking. You probably already knew this, but naming a mob dinner bone will flip it upside down. You use a name tag for this, or you name the spawn egg. And you can also craft ender crystals with gas tiers. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you disliked this video, please make sure to leave a dislike and tell me how I can improve in the comments. I'm open to your feedback, good or bad, and appreciate constructive criticism. Bye-bye.